It is a lie. They know.
You made a decision, you felt good about it, and someone looked at you certain way, or said something offhand, or posted something that felt directed at you. And suddenly the decision doesn't feel so solid anymore. You started second guessing, replaying what they said, wondering if they are right. Wondering what others will think, wondering if you are the problem. You didn't ask for their opinion, you didn't even respect their opinion, but somehow it got in anyway. And the most uncomfortable part, this isn't weakness, this is immaturity. This is one of the deepest psychological mechanisms built on every human being on the planet. Understanding it won't make you immune, but it might finally give you the upper hand. I want to tell you the moment that caught me completely off guard. I'd been working on my channel for over the year. I didn't even consciously value. Made a comment. Not cruel, not even that specific, just dismissive. The kind of tone and look that says, "Who do you think you are?" And I felt it land. Not in my thoughts, in my body. Something tightened, something defensive activated. I noticed myself wanting to explain myself, to justify, to prove. And I caught it. Not immediately, but I caught it. That reactive pull to defend, to perform. That wasn't me responding. That was something older than me responding. A pattern installed long before I had any say in the matter. That's when I started to ask real questions. Why do other people's opinion reach me even when I've decided they shouldn't? What is actually happens in those moments? Here's what actually happening. When someone judges you, criticizes you, dismisses you or look at you in a certain way, your brain doesn't process it as information first. It processes it as a threat. The amygdala, the oldest part of your brain, doesn't distinguish a lion in the grass and a disapproving look from a colleague. Both triggers the same alarm system. Heart rate up, muscles tense, attention narrows. This is why logic doesn't help in those moments. You can know intellectually that their opinion doesn't matter. Your body already decided otherwise. But here's where it gets deeper. Jung called it projection. The opinions that hit us hardest are rarely just about other person's opinion. They're hitting something inside us that we already believe in ourselves. The criticism lands because the part of you accepts it. When someone implies you are not good enough, it stings because the voice inside you that's been saying the same thing for years. The opinion isn't creating a wound, it's finding wound that already was there. And this is the ego defense system in action. The ego, in psychological terms, is the structure that protects the sense of self. When that sense of self is threatened by judgment, by comparison, by rejection, the ego activates. Fight, you argue back, feel defensive, you attack. Flight, you shrink, you apologize, you start people pleasing. Freeze, you go numb, you disconnect, you pretend not to care. Most people oscillate between all three without even understanding what's driving them. They think they're reacting to the person. They're actually reacting to the wound. Here's what nobody in the self-improvement space tells you. You will never stop caring what people think. Completely, forever, done. That's not the goal. The goal is to build enough self-awareness that you can feel the pull and choose your response consciously instead of reacting automatically. There is a difference between "I don't care what anyone thinks," which is usually either a lie or a defense mechanism, and "I noticed their opinion landed, I felt the pull to react, and I choose to respond from my own values instead of from the wound." The second one is real freedom, not the absence of reaction, the presence of choice. The people who claim that they are completely immune to other people's opinions are often the most controlled by them, because they have never looked at the mechanism itself. They just built a wall around it. Walls aren't freedom, they are just suppression. So what do you actually do with this? First, learn to recognize reaction. Before you respond to anyone's opinion, notice what happened in your body first. Did something tighten? Did you feel a pull? to defend yourself? Did you feel the urge to explain yourself? That activation is the signal. Not that they are right. Not that you need to respond. Just that something was touched. Get curious about what. The second, ask whose voice it actually is. When someone's opinion lands hard, ask yourself honestly, who does this voice sound like? Often it's not the person in front of you. It's a parent, a teacher, the old version of yourself, or an old version of the environment where you learned that certain parts of you were unacceptable. You're not reacting to them, you are reacting to a ghost. Naming a ghost takes away almost all his power. Third, build an identity that isn't approval dependent. This is a long game. The reason others people's opinion control you is because part of you is built on their validation. Every time you act from your own values without needing confirmation that it was right, you build something that external opinions can't reach. Not overnight, not in a week, but consistently over the months and years, you will start to feel the difference. Their words still land, but they land on something solid, something that doesn't move. I still feel it sometimes. A comment, a look, a tone, something lands and I feel the old pull activate. But now I recognize it faster. And instead of reacting from the one, I get curious about it. What is this touching? What does this say about what I believe that has in myself? What would I do here if I was moving from my values instead of fear? That pause, that tiny space of awareness changes everything. Other people's opinions will still exist. Some of them will still find a way in, but they only control you as long as you don't know that they are there. See the mechanism and you start to own it instead of it owning you. Tell me in comments what kind of opinion hurts you, the dismissive one, the comparison one, the ones from people that you don't even respect. I want to know it. So subscribe, press like and drop this comment and let's rise together. We will go deeper. Have a good flight, fam.